Okay, I think I'm live. So, hi everybody. Thanks for joining us. We're really excited. So I met Jacqueline at the Capitol Convention. I guess when was this? January?
Yes.
It seems like a long time ago, January.
Yeah, back when we could actually travel,
Leave home. I could actually leave my city, my home, my house. Those days. Remember those
like
days?
a whole nother world.
And she was a great daughter who I just kept teasing the entire time, and it was just so much fun. I love talking to her. So it just, and obviously she knows everything, whether it's about glitter, given that she owns Vivid Glitters. And it seemed like a natural. So I talked her into doing a webinar, and here we go. So Jacqueline's been doing face painting forever, and she's going to show us on the job glitter. So with that, Jacqueline.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here. And yeah, so today we're going to talk all about glitter. I'm going to get right to it. So the question is, why glitter? Why bother adding glitter to designs? Well, I think, you're doing a job, you're face painting, you're working it, and then everybody's going, ooh, that looks really pretty. But then at the end, you pull out some glitter and everybody goes, woo! It's just like the wow factor, okay? It takes a good design and it brings it up to another notch. I call it the mouth drop effect, because everybody goes, oh, so I feel like with glitter, you're adding value to your face painting. I think that clients are going to start throwing money at you because they think, wow, this person really is, they're very detailed and they're caring about it, and look at that sparkle. Wow. So I think you gotta do it. And there's a lot of ways to, when you're on the job, you don't have to take a long time to do glitter. Okay, you can do super fast designs and throw that glitter on and still get that same effect. So that's what this is all about. This is on the job glitter. So I want to talk to you guys about different ways to apply glitter. There's different ways that we use it on the job. So there's a lot of artists that make a good earning doing festivals, and they actually go out and they do a lot of those festivals, concerts and stuff. It's not something that happens a lot in my area, but I know that a lot of artists make pretty good money just putting glitter. That's it. They don't even face paint. It's just straight glitter. And there's a lot of different ways to apply it. So I just want to show you guys. The first thing I want to talk about is those type of artists that they do events such as festivals. And the most popular way, obviously, to put this type of festival glitter look is with using the aloe vera base. So we have a lot of that in Vivid Glitter. Every one of our glitters are available in aloe base. So there's lots of ways. I want to show you guys. People put on glitter with Vaseline. They use the gels. Some people use chapstick. Okay. And then we created an awesome product called Gleam, which is glitter cream. All right. And I'm going to just demonstrate how all of those work at some point in this webinar. But I just wanted to show you very quickly and simply how this design is just putting the glitter literally around the edges of the eyes. I'm not gonna do it all for you right now because it's very simple and straightforward, okay? This is done with aloe, and you just basically simply apply it and put some bling in the middle, and there you have it. That's it. You don't have to do anything else, and people make pretty good money just doing that at festivals, okay? The next look would be something kind of like tears, like the glitter coming down underneath the eyes, the glitter tears. And then all you got to do is put the glitter on there. This one's called Sea of Glass. This one's called Festivity. These are some really popular mixes. And then, of course, you put the bling in the middle for that. So that's that. Let me know if you guys have any questions about that. I know some people do bling bars, and they basically set up all of their glitter in different little containers, and you can mix your glitter gel yourself just by buying the loose glitter and then just buying some aloe vera, mixing it yourself, or you can buy it already prepared like this. Here's that festivity. I just want to show you. This is the aloe base. Okay. So you basically just, apply it. So what are the pros and cons of this? The pros are it's quick, it covers a large area super fast, one-step application. And then the cons are that, well, aloe, and within like maybe a couple months, 2 to 3 months, you're gonna get some drying out. Okay, so aloe gels dry out with time, so they don't have a very long shelf life. But what you do is you just refresh it whenever you're ready to do it again. So it serves a really good purpose. Don't neglect it. All right. And another con with aloe is that it actually smears face paint. So if you're working and you're doing a design and you want to put that aloe based, festival glitter or whatever it is, this glitter gel, you're going to risk, reactivating the paint beneath it and creating a smudge. So that always makes me a little bit nervous. So I save this for when I'm doing designs I'm just going to apply the glitter directly on the skin, not on top of the design. Okay. All right. So that was the glitter gels.
And if you guys have any questions or anything, please feel free to ask, and I'll pass them on to Jacqueline.
All right. So the next thing we're going to get into is, well, some people use Vaseline. It works. Okay. This also works. So when you have loose glitter, you're going to basically put a little dab of that, and you can either tap it on with your finger and do that. So the only con that I found with Vaseline is this oily residue. It never dries. It always feels like there's something wet on the skin. So I don't use Vaseline. I don't recommend it, but I know a lot of artists do. And if you're trying to stretch your dollars, by all means, that's all you have, you can use that. I'll tell you guys, my favorite way of applying glitter is loose, and it is using Glitz Glitter Glue. All right, for some reason, I'm still not 100% trusting of this chapstick. All right, chapstick works really good. However, I'm always nervous to like rub it on top of face paint design because I feel like it's gonna smudge it, and I just can't 100% feel free to do that. But this glitter glue is nice because it's super light, and you just put it on top wherever you want to have the glitter, and you put it on. I'm going to actually demonstrate it with some of my designs. So let's go ahead without any further ado. Let's go ahead and show you something that I've already prepared in advance. So this is a butterfly design that I did. It's sort of the basic design, and now we're ready to add glitter. As a matter of fact, I've added glitter already because usually after I put in the base of the background colors, it's moist. And that's when I immediately break out my fine glitter. And as you can see, I've already put that kissed pink on the eyes area. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Latasha says that, and Vaseline also melts in hot climates. That's another reason not to use Vaseline.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for that.
Hi, Melissa from Australia.
Okay. So with this design, what I want to show you is, do you remember the old days when you actually had to paint little dots on all the wings, all different colors, and like rinse your brush and reload a different color and paint more dots to create that look of, butterfly dots? Well, those were the good old days. You don't have to do that any longer. Now, all you gotta do is grab a nice chunky mix. This is obviously, I've been going through it. This is called Candy Cosmos, and it's part of our UV Galactic Glow stack. And it's one of my favorite glitters. It glows in UV really nicely. I'm just making sure you guys see. So I'm going to go ahead and add glitz glue to wherever I want to see those dots, you know, on the ends of the butterfly wings. Okay, so right there, that looks good. Okay, and next I'm actually going to add some to the middle part right here. Okay, beautiful, right there. I'm just gonna join it together. So one nice tip with the glue is once you tapped it on the wings on any paint, you might get a little bit of residue there. I don't know if you can see that little black there. So what you do is you rinse it in your clean water. I have my clean water here. Let me show you. In your clean water, I usually have 2 cups of water. I have my white, and then I have another one for the dark colors. Like when I'm using black, I rinse it out on the other cup. So that one always stays clean. So then you just dry it off on your paper towel and you put it back in. And the reason I do that is so that this doesn't get all cloudy and it stays nice and clean. All right. So now I'm ready to apply the glitter. I like to use a silicone applicator. There's a lot of different varieties of these. And I'm going to go ahead and dip it into my water just to moisten it. I like it because it's like a nice flexible little tip. It almost seems like, you know, your fingertip, but it's not. So, all right, so now, and that also helps to prevent the fallout when you dip it in the water because it all stays stuck to there, see? And now you're going to apply and you're gonna just put it right there. So automatically you have multicolored little spots, just like a butterfly has, okay? And I'm gonna put some over here. Nice. And super fast, okay? And that's how you know, this is basically what I usually do. I don't do a lot of festivals. I don't do a lot of bling bars so much. I just incorporate glitter into my face painting gigs, like non-stop. I work every weekend here, usually in Florida, when we have the liberty to go outside. Okay.
Yeah, well, there is that.
Yeah. Okay, so there, we just rinse that out like any other paintbrush. And I think for the middle, I'm going to go ahead and add this color. This is called Gum Nebula. Okay. And we'll just do the same thing. I'll just dip that in there. And it's almost like a little spatula. I just shoveling it on. All right, so right here, I'm gonna do a nice, you know, cluster here. Just tapping it down just nicely. You can actually move it around with the silicone applicator, and you know, if you got it where you didn't really mean to go, you just clean that up.
Lori asked, where in Florida?
I'm in Orlando, Florida. It's really fun here. We have a lot of artists, big community of face painters here.
Yep.
Okay, so now we're just gonna clean this off a little. I'm gonna add a little bit of line work. So I'm just gonna take one of my favorite brushes. This is a script liner #1 blazing brush. And I'm gonna load it with my black, Fusion Black. Okay. Gotta get it nice and creamy. Just waking up here. Okay. And I'm just going to make sure that you guys can see here. I'm just gonna add a few little antennas going down.
I'm not sure they can see. Your hand's kind of blocking it. Ah, okay, there we go.
I'm gonna do some on this side too. Am I blocking again?
That's okay. Well, kind of.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do something like that. I know it's kind of hard to get a good angle where I feel comfortable and where you guys can see. You guys have to feel comfortable when you're painting. Otherwise you're not going to paint as nice, right? I always tell everyone that I'm teaching to make sure you're comfortable, the right angle and the right, sometimes the child is slouching in the chair and you're kind of bending down. You're not going to paint as nice if you're not comfortable. Right, so there, I'm just adding a few extra little touches. And now I think she needs more glitter. So as you notice, I have all my glitters organized by colors, by what's the predominant color. And that way I can find what I need faster. So here's my yellow and gold. So once you guys start getting your collection going.
Oh, it's gone. Oh, boy, the sound was terrible for a second there. I think we're okay now. Joanne said the silicone brush was dipped in water in your cup. No, you were using that glue, glue, right?
Yes, glitz glue.
Glitz glue. Okay, sorry. Joanne missed that.
Okay. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, it just went out for a second.
All right. Well, here we go. I'm just gonna add a little bit of glitter to her lips. This is just a metallic baby blue, it's called. Super beautiful, one of my favorite blue colors.
Lucy also had a question. Do you have issues applying loose glitter with this wand tool on a vertical person since the glitter doesn't stick on the transfer?
I'm sorry, what a transfer?
So imagine someone standing versus flat, right? I mean, obviously you're basically on a flat surface. So if you're standing, do you have any problem applying loose glitter with a wand tool?
Oh, okay. Yes, as I was saying earlier, by dipping it in the water, it helps the glitter to stick to it so that when you're, putting it on, you get less fallout that way. Also, I usually use one of these smoothie blenders to apply it to the lips, especially now with this whole virus thing and everything. Everybody's going to be a lot more conscious of germs and all that. You don't want to touch their lips with your finger. So I usually just spritz my smoothie blender and then I'll pick up the loose glitter like so, and then I'll put it on like that. Okay, so that's how I do that from now on. Okay. I always do that anyways, especially, if the client is there, you want to make sure that you look professional. You're not touching the lips with your fingers. I never want to touch the customer's lips with their fingers. So here is that. And the cool thing about this design is that if I have a UV light here, but it's super bright where we are, and I don't want to move my phone because there's been some volume issues, but this glows really bright under UV light. And I don't know if I can just flick the light off for a second. Would that be okay?
We'll try it out, see what happens.
Let me see if this works here. And I can make it a little dark. Let's try it. Closer.
Yeah, you can sort of see it. Yeah.
It's glowing. Okay, so these are really awesome for your UV events. Okay. All right.
Ella asked, where did you get the sheet to practice on?
Those are the sparkling faces. Do you carry those, Blake?
Yeah, we do. Well, this is the update for facepaint.com. Sadly, our website is down. So I'm doing this webinar, even though you can't go buy anything on facepaint.com because we're down for a couple of weeks because some of our warehouse people got sick. So we're down. But yeah, you can normally you can buy them from our website.
I do have some in stock, but they're sold literally all over the world. All right, so that's my butterfly UV glow design. And you can apply the glitters obviously to make your dots on the butterflies. So another cool design that I want to show you, and I can go ahead and make it afterwards, is it's using stencils. There's a lot of technique with using glitter with stencils, and this is another cool design that a lot of people like to do in those type of festivals, because it's mostly just glitter and like some stencil work and maybe a little bit of color. So it's like the next step up from the plain design with just the glitter. I like to do these at events and all that too because they're really cool, obviously. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So that design starts off with, I'm gonna use one of my Fusion palettes here, brand new. And let me go ahead and spritz my sponge. I believe I used this rainbow here. Okay, I'm just gonna pick up this section here. Get a nice load. So I'm using these blocks, you know, sparkling faces practice boards. They have the blocks, and they are just literally sheets of cardstock that you can just practice on, and your design won't ever melt away. It'll stay there. And it comes with this really cool little, looks like a boomerang. And what that does is that covers the eye, so that way you don't paint the eye when you're doing it. All right, so let's go ahead and make that design. Bring that orange in there a little bit. Go higher. Okay.
What brand was the butterfly done with?
What brand of paint?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll show you what I used for that, because those colors are really pretty. So for this design, I'll tell you exactly what I used. I used, for the bottom wing, I used, this is a Diamond Effects Happy Birthday Cake. And you see the green all the way to here. So I kind of grabbed this from here. And then on the top, I had actually grabbed just this pink rainbow section there. So basically I took this section and painted that on top. And then I grabbed this cake for the bottom. I just liked that combination of colors to be able to do that. And then I also used Susie's Easy Strokes, the Bat Hero, to create those wings. So that's how I created that. All right. So if you have any other questions. Okay, so next step here is I'm going to, this is a stencil that I actually created. And I love it because it goes, I like anything that goes from big to small like that in a pattern, because it gives it so much dimension in the work. All right. So pretty soon Blake is going to be carrying this at the face paint shop, right, Blake?
Yeah.
Facepaint.com.
Facepaint.com. Yeah, absolutely.
So here we go. I'm going to load a sponge with, I'm going to grab like a dark blue. And you gotta be super careful when you are using stencils that you don't get the sponge too wet or that it's not too dry either, because then you're not gonna get the effect you want. Now, before I start sponging this on, I'm going to open up a glitter color. Let's see, that one's empty. How about this one? I have a lot of shades of blue. Okay, this one's called Columbia Blue. I'm gonna keep it right there, ready to go, because as I stencil it on, the next step would be to put the glitter on. Okay, so I just loaded my sponge with this dark blue. I'm gonna give it a little test to make sure it's perfect. not too wet and not too dry. So what I'm looking for here is that middle part where, you know, it comes in is kind of right there. That's what I'm looking for, right above the eyelid there. And I'm just gonna start tapping it down. It is a little wet, but you never can tell with this board, this type of board, because it's basically paper. It's very different from the porous skin. Okay, I'm gonna grab another sponge, moisten it a little bit and pick up some glitter because I want to do this again. Here we go. I'm just gonna dip it right into the glitter and put it on. Since I'm doing it again underneath, I didn't want to use the same sponge. All right, so watch this. That looks cool, huh?
Yeah, that was great.
All right, so now we're gonna do it again down here. Just adding another little dimensional. Now this time I'm just gonna go ahead and grab the glitter because I'm done. And there we go.
Terrific.
Isn't that cool?
Wow, that is cool.
So that is a really neat way that you can utilize fine glitter with your stencils. Just make sure you have it open and ready to go before you start applying the stencil. Otherwise, you're gonna, you know, be trying to hold on, let me open my jar here. Okay, so there, and as soon as I'm done, putting it back. All right. The next step is to apply more glitter, of course.
As always.
So first I'm gonna do a little house clean in here. Just
Beth thinks that's a great design. I agree with her.
Oh, great, thank you. Okay, so basically, you know, on this board, it's hard to do. I'm gonna just use the loose glitter mainly. And what color are we using? Let's see what matches good. How about Aloha is a nice mix that we can use. It's got some of that teal. I love this color, you guys. This color has 18 different ingredients in it. Okay, who does that? We do. Because we're crazy. No, we love glitter. We make the best mixes. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on the sheet because I tried this earlier, and what happens with the glitter, I'm just gonna put it on like this. It sticks more to your fingers than it does to the paper. So you kind of have to do it like this because see, this is paper, it's not porous like your, you know, skin would be. And so it's a little bit easier to do it this way. Just, I'm trying to show you where the placement is. So where I like to put chunky glitter is mainly on the upper part of the cheekbone right there. I like to highlight that with chunky glitter. And since this design is mainly glitter, you're gonna bring it all the way up to like the hairline coming down. I like to do designs that basically come from the corner of the hairline and they come down. Okay, and this design is all about the glitter. So we're gonna just go a little crazy with it. Like I said, this is more of like a festival type of look. All right. So what I like to do is I kind of bring it in like that and I bring it in like that. And that's it. I'm not gonna like throw glitter all over the person's face. I'm strategically putting it right where I want it. I'm still kind of creating this, you know, like angles coming down. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is just put a few lines. A little bit of line work doesn't hurt anybody.
Oh, that stencil that you were using a while back, what was the name of it? Or do you have a name for it? Yeah, I mean, it's the name that you created, but.
Oh, the stencil? Yeah, it's called Vortex. I call it Vortex.
Okay. That's what it's called.
Yes. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab some of that same blue and just add a few, what did I have there? Yeah. So I'm kind of putting it going up like this into the hairline, as I was saying. It's kind of coming down, creating that effect. So there's been times where I've done this design on guys and like bald guys, you know, and you basically just put a rainbow coming down from their head all the way down and just with some black lines just coming up like that and just throw some glitter in there and they're good to go. Okay, so here's just a few, you know, additional little fun teardrops coming up. This is a script liner number 1, same one I used earlier. And maybe a little bit right in here, just to kind of accent coming in like that. I would take this color and just do the eyes, a little eyeliner action there. And that's it for that design. Okay. So
Okay.
it's a super sparkly festival design. And I would have either used Gleam cream to put that on or Glitz glue and then loose glitter. All right. And I'm going to put this aside now. I'm going to wipe my arm because I have blue. And let's just go ahead and do a little test run. How much time do we have, Blake?
We're 28 minutes.
Okay, cool.
20 minutes left.
Because I have a few other things I want to do. But let's go ahead and do the little test run. Okay, let's test the glitters. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just grab a rainbow here. This one looks really nice from the Fusion palette. This is the Fairy palette. I really like it because this palette has not only the thick, you know, new kind of cakes that they came up with, but also has 1 strokes underneath. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a little rainbow on my arm so we can test out the different methods of glitter application, okay? So just gonna let that dry a little bit. Another really pretty cool thing to use is the spray glitter. Let's see if I grab one here. Sometimes when you're painting on the arms, sometimes this is literally all I do is I put a little rainbow on there and I spray the whole thing down and it comes out really, you know, distributed nicely and evenly. I barely put any on there because I don't want to cover the whole thing. So that's one type of glitter application. Okay. The only thing about these is I know a lot of people do spray them on the face and they're totally comfortable doing that. I'm not 100% comfortable spraying them on the actual face. I use those mainly when I'm doing arm designs. Okay, so next thing I'm going to show you is basically I'm going to just paint some teardrops, some line work swirls, just anything just to show you what's the difference between the Gleam glitter cream and the loose glitters. Okay, because you know you guys are like pretty convinced, okay, great, we're gonna do glitter, but what kind of glitter should I get? There's so much stuff out there. So I'm gonna try to break down for you the differences between glitters. All right, so I'm just gonna do some random teardrops here. I like this brush a lot. This is an Ultra Point number 4. I would consider this a little bit more of an advanced brush only because it's so like thin. It's not firm at all. Okay, it's super soft. So,
Manuel.
Sorry,
just Manuela came on.
okay. So it's very soft but it looks really pretty when you do long strokes. Okay, all right. So this is just to cover this area, okay? Because I'm trying to get some thick lines in here. Okay. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and test. First, I'm trying to let it dry a little bit because when you're on the job, you're over here, you're working. So the next thing, I think we're gonna try it with let's see what happens when you put aloe gel. on this. Okay, with the aloe gel, I like to use these applicators. All right, so this is fairly dry now. So I'm just gonna go over here, let's say right here. So, okay, so here's the, see what happens, guys? It activates the paint. Did you guys see that? I kind of cut out of the screen a little bit, but that's what happens with aloe, okay? It
Right.
looks perfectly fine when you put it on the outside of the design, okay?
Right.
That looks beautiful. And if you want to work it like that and you can use it on the outside, that's great. But this is what happens when you do it that way. So with the glitz glue, I'm going to use that next. I'm just going to put it right where I want it. That's another nice thing about it. It's very precise. I'm going to go ahead and put it right on those dots. Okay. And I don't want to cover everything, so I can leave a little spot for other stuff. So look right there, I got some black on my paintbrush. So I'm just going to rinse that away and clean it on my towel and then put it back in. All right. And now we're ready to do, let's see what color we can do here. How about oh, what I was looking for. I keep running into creams instead of loose. Okay. So here we go. Oh yeah, this color is awesome. This one's called Ignite. Okay, so I'm just gonna do that and put it on those spots. Okay. All right, and you don't have to worry about smearing anything either because that glue is a water soluble glue and it's similar to Ben Nye glitter glue. If you guys are familiar with that, that's an alcohol-based glue, and you can't really put that near the kids' eyes because you're gonna burn their eyes. So this is a really gentle glue and it washes away. So you can put it near the eyes. You're not gonna get those fumes. And then the last way I'm gonna show you is with the creams. Okay. Oh, great. All of these are loose. Excuse me. Grab my creams. Oh, here it is. Okay. One of my favorite colors is Wild Bloom. Okay. So here's some Wild Bloom. So immediately, this is a one-step application. Okay. So you can see immediately the benefits. Okay. If you have a line going down, the street, and you're at one of those events where you don't have time to like mess around, you just need to put the glitter on. This is the product that you want to get. Okay. Gleam is a very fast way to put glitter on right where you want it. Okay. So I just want to show you how it doesn't smear the paint underneath when you're putting it on. See, just, I'm rubbing it. As long as that paint is dry, it's not going to go anywhere. It doesn't reactivate the paint underneath like the gel does. All right. So I just wanted to demonstrate that for you before we moved on to the next design. You guys have any questions about any of that? How about how to remove it?
Always a good question with glitter. Okay. Glitter is one thing that never comes off. It's just, it's everywhere.
So first of all, obviously I'm going over it because this is, it has face paint and everything. So I'm just going to go over it with my baby wipe at first. So I've used a few different types of glitter on my arm just now. So, there's the water soluble glue that's on, and that comes off very, very easily. There's also the gel and there's the cream. The best way to take off the cream is by using a business card and you literally do this. And then you got all the glitter here. You're just going to, get rid of it onto your paper towel and you're going to discard it. It's a lot more earth friendly than washing it and, running it down the sink. All right, so that's how we remove glitter. Okay, so right here, I have a unicorn design that I made earlier. And I just want to show you where I would put glitter on this design. Okay, so first I've already put, as you can tell right here, this is called zirconia, this color. It's really sparkly, white, silvery, fine glitter. And like I said, I always, as soon as it's moist, I always put that on over the eyes. So let's go ahead and add a couple swirls here. I think it's missing some swirls, white. And I'm just using a round number 3. Okay, I'm just gonna go up. I always do this really big, long swirl around the eye. That's just the way I like to do it. I like to kind of bring it up pretty high. And then we're gonna just bring a few more teardrops down like that. Okay, so we got that. And the next step, I would put glitter on this design all along this rainbow. And then I would create that, maybe the glitter tear effect. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use the Blazing Unicorn glitter. Beautiful color. And I'm going to just go ahead and use some glitz glue. Actually, why don't I just do the gleam for you guys? Let's see how it works on this practice board. Obviously, as I was saying, it sticks more to the applicator than to the board just because, I don't know, it's working fine. So there you go. You would just do that. Perfect. And then let's go ahead and put some underneath. All right. This rainbow is one of the rainbows from the Craze Effects palette that I've been playing with. And I'm enjoying.
That's good.
I'm going to put some over here. Like I said, I like to put the chunky glitter on the upper cheekbones coming down like that. And just sometimes I bring it all the way around if the design is close to here. I'll just go ahead and connect it like that. Okay. So on the skin, it's so much easier because you basically just, there it is, you're done. So I wanted to tell you one thing about these, the gleams. They're very creamy. Unlike what someone had shared with me about how they've tested there's some glitters that actually come with the chapstick, and we did experiment with chapstick base when we were trying to determine what was the best base for our glitters, for our glitter cream. And the chapstick bases are a little harder. So someone told me that they kind of scratch a little bit, those glitters that come with the chapstick. I'm not sure. I haven't tested it myself personally with the actual glitter in there, because when I tested it for my product, I just found this to be the best one because it's silky, it's smooth, it goes on really nicely, and it endures really well with weather. Like if it's hot outside, if it's cold, it endures really well. It won't melt and it won't dry out like the gels do. So there's where I would put the glitter for that design. And of course, we got to give her glitter lips. How dare I forget that?
Yeah, that's a mistake. Yeah, you got to do that.
How dare I? So there it is. And that's how I would finish off the unicorn design. Okay, so next I'm gonna do, how much time do we have, Blake?
We've got 14 whole minutes.
Okay.
Exciting glitter activity.
Okay. All right, I'm going to do, okay, I'm just trying to decide which design to do to make sure we're going to not run out of time. Okay, so I'm gonna start from scratch here, and we're gonna do that flower design that I had on the screen earlier. So what I'm gonna use is, again, I really like this cake. So we're gonna grab some colors from here. Get my sponge. And for this one, I'm gonna pick up these 3 colors. Okay, this one's the Happy Birthday Cake Diamond Effects. Okay, ooh, let me not forget to cover her eyelids because once again, I'm using the paper block model. Okay, so here we go. So have you guys been, go ahead.
Carmen was asking which palette you use. I think you used 2 so far. We're using the Fusion one before, and then you used Craze on this design, I think.
Yes, I've used for that unicorn rainbow. I used this rainbow here from Craze. Okay.
And another question came in from Wendy. Do you repot the glitters into those tower pots, and how do you find using them?
No, I actually, this is how they come. So here's some examples of my glitter stacks. Okay, this is what you would get when you order these. They come like this. Okay, I put together a good assortment for each set, like of, you know, a good assortment of different colors for each different set. This one's the Galactic set. This one's called the Purity. Then we have the Festivity stack, which I have 2 sizes. This is the 10-gram size. This is the 30-gram size. So we sell them either individually, like this, and we sell them in sets of 5, the stacks, okay? And also they come in base jars, which would be what you would put on the bottom, and they come in stackable jars too. You actually can choose what option when you're purchasing, and then you can just stack them. You can make your own stacks however way you want, because you can purchase them in stackable jars. So basically, once you start gathering a good number of glitters, then you can start, you know, breaking them apart and putting them together with like colors. Okay, but in the beginning, you're just going to get a nice variety there.
Well, let me give you a softball question. Carmen asked, where do you buy the glitter set?
Well, you get that. You guys have them available at the facepaint.com.
Yeah.
You can get them at vividglitter.com.
Yeah.
And that's where I have them. Okay, so back to the design right here.
Absolutely.
And they're available in many stores all over the world, actually. There's a lot, I mean, if you don't want to pay, you know, long distance and tariff, you know, whatever, they sometimes customs charges are extremely expensive. Then just shop at your favorite local store. If they don't carry them, then you can be the first one to let them know that they're missing out on something very important. Okay.
Exactly.
So here we go. I'm just gonna go ahead and blend this out a little bit. Okay, and there. I'm getting the hang of this. The first couple times I smudged her eyes. Okay, so now on the other side, I like to do designs that are asymmetrical. Is that how you say it? Where basically it's not exactly the same on both sides, you know. So
that's exactly what that means.
Okay, so I'm going to put the blue kind of, it's harder to blend on this sheet of paper than it is on a porous surface, obviously, but we're gonna do our best by just tapping it. Okay, just tapping it out, trying to get a little bit of a blend here. Okay. Still working it. All right. Just working the blend a little bit. All right, let's leave it at that. And this is going to be the base of the design. So for this one, this is going to be a floral design. So I'm going to use this. This is one of my favorite ones to do flowers with. And this one stroke is called Evil Rose by Diamond Effects. Okay, so I'm going to use my flat angled brush. It's what is it? 3/4 long angle brush by Blazing Brush. Okay, so the trick with this is to make sure, I think I wet it a little bit too much there. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Not getting it too wet and not too dry either. So it has to feel nice and slick when you are going back and forth like that. I think right here is a great
Mhm.
road. I also have this, my white, real close by. I'm gonna go ahead and spray it because it's really dry. Because when I go back to refresh my flower, I need to dip the corner in that. Okay, so I like to make my flowers kind of abstract. So I'm gonna kind of start by coming down here and just, it's going to have that similar style where it's all coming down
Mhm.
from the edge of the hairline. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of follow it almost like that, going up. All right, and that's gonna be like the background, the back where I'm gonna layer on top of that. All right, so see, now I'm gonna make sure my inner corner is perfectly white. So I'm gonna go ahead and come down here and make another couple of petals here, just coming around like that. Maybe right here, I'm gonna go up and around. And then I'm gonna reload again. And then I might actually come down again a little bit right here, because why not? Okay, that's gonna be another little rose in just a few minutes.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna go to the other side now. Roses are one of my favorite things to paint nowadays. And I'm sure a lot of you guys too. Okay, so we're just going to do that. All right, now we're gonna layer that. And I've given ample time for that to dry while I've been creating all those. So I'm gonna go back now, excuse me. And I'm gonna add one more layer here and then close my little bud there. I've already gotten too much dark to my white once I did that, so I'm gonna make sure that my white stays white. And this angled brush comes in really handy here because that's where you're going to kind of twist. And you're gonna twist. I know it's kind of a weird angle, you're almost upside down, making an upside down flower because that's kind of exactly what it is. But that's how it's done. Now we're going to make another bud right here. And we're going to do the same thing. And just allow that brush to make that little petal for you. Okay, so we're going to continue with the same idea down here. Okay.
Those are pretty.
Thank you. Okay, now it's starting to get a little dry, so I'm going to go over that again. And then let's just make one right there. Okay. And a couple more over here. Starting a little dry. Okay. How you guys doing? It's so quiet.
I know it's a little too quiet. Maybe it's
How many?
stunned with the beauty. Also, we only got a few more minutes left. Maybe they're just despondent that you're leaving.
Oh, how many minutes do we have?
4.
4. Oh my gosh. Okay, I better hurry up. Let's grab my angle brush. This is a 5/8 angle brush. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get my green from Craze palette. Nice green rainbow here to make my leaves. Okay. And let's go ahead and just go zigzagging. Okay. So we only have a few minutes left, so I'm going to try to hurry here.
The essence of on the job.
Mm-hmm.
Beth likes your flowers.
Okay. So sometimes I just do one little flick like that, and sometimes I do the, both sides of the leaf. Right here, I'll just do a little flick. Let's fix this a little bit. There we go. Okay, and then a little bit down here. There we go. All right, since we're running out of time, let's go a little quicker.
Well, one
Yeah.
question came in. What's the angle brush, and what size was the leaves brush?
Oh, the bigger angle brush was the 3/4 long angle brush. The leaf one was a 5/8 long angle brush, blazing brush.
Okay.
So right here, I'm just gonna add a few teardrops coming out like that. Just adding some motion, adding some beauty. Okay. Okay. I might just kind of come up a little bit here. And then a little bit here. Okay. So now let's go ahead, and usually I would have added glitter right to the base. So I'm just going to go ahead and backtrack a little bit and add that just to the base of the eyelids, obviously. Do that. And then now we're ready to apply glitter. This really pretty glitter. I love using it for flower designs because it gives it that effect of like baby's breath without, having to do dots. You don't have to go back and do dots with your brush. You just basically put chunky glitter on, okay? And I like to put the chunky glitter like this strategically where I have put a focal point, with my teardrops, for instance, right there. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. As you can see, this gleam is sticking more to the applicator, as I was telling you, but you get the idea. Okay, I like to put it again right on the corners here. There's a spot there. I think I'm going to put some here, like right here. Okay, and there's your beautiful flower design.
Nice.
Okay, how are we doing? Are we done or?
We are kind of, but whenever you're finished.
Okay, so this brush is not the right one for her lips. Let's just put her lips on. I'm just gonna have a little flat brush for her lips. It's super dry on this paper, but we're getting it done. And of course she needs glitter lips. Usually if I don't have, a lot of time to do this, I would just do that, okay? Or I would just do that, depending on the event. It'll look super beautiful. If you have that extra time, you can do that. And also I like to add a few little highlights with this brush, nothing too crazy, just to add a couple extra little teardrops, just to make it even more special. And that's basically it. Okay. And there
Okay.
was, just so I can show you, there was one more I was gonna try to get to. There it is.
Okay.
And that's just another style of design that I like to do, which asymmetrical again. It's just kind of like
It's a
a
beautiful mask.
swirl coming around. Yeah. And there's how I would put the glitter on that style of design. That's a pretty fast design as well. But I wanted to do that one for you guys.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay. So I hope you guys liked it.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jacqueline. Thank you for doing all this. And thank you, everybody, for watching. And we'll be back next week. And we'll have, I think, Kathy Vergara next week. So join us and stay safe. You know, do what you can just to keep you and your family safe. So thank you very much, everybody.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you, everybody.